thanks very much for coming and joining me. So today I am going to be talking about Season 7, Episode 3 of Star Wars The Clone Wars. Now, if you have seen my previous two episode reviews of this for Season 7, you will know that I have been really happy so far, and so far I have really been enjoying this. I have been obviously waiting for this for years, like a lot of us have. Now, the first thing that I want to say, I absolutely loved it, but, and I'm not meaning this to sound negative or that this is me nitpicking or anything, but just firstly, before I move on, because I say I did really like this episode, so far, still the second episode, I've only obviously seen the first three because only the first three have been released. The second one has definitely still sits there as my favourite. Because first of all, I just wanted to quickly say that this third episode, it didn't give me the same emotion with these characters in this arc as it did with especially the second episode, with the previous two episodes. Because of course, we all have a lot of care and emotional feelings drawn towards these characters, of course. So I just thought I would say that. And I mean, obviously with this episode, it was continuation on from the second one. Tech and Rex, they unplug Echo. And of course, that was very sad to see. Very well shot, though, like I said in the last review, but very emotional at the end of that episode. So, of course, we're continuing on from that, and they're trying to escape. However, as I say, the emotion wasn't there as much for these characters as I was, maybe hoping it to be. But at the same time, I do understand that. That's why I'm saying this isn't really a nitpicker, me trying to be negative. But of course I understand, they're in a rush, they're trying to escape, yada yada. But I just thought that I would really quickly throw that in. And another little wee tiny thing was, I kind of feel with the Poltech relations, is it just me? Or could they maybe have done something slightly different there so that it didn't kind of seem like somewhat of a rehash from the previous arc? Or am I just maybe looking into it a bit too much? But I don't know, they were just my sort of quick initial thoughts of just little wee tiny, if you would even call them nickety pickety things or what have you. But to me, this was overall the best episode, and Kevin Kinner, like I said before, his music is amazing. But in the second episode, I thought it was even better than the first episode. Well, now I'm actually going to say that his music was even better again than in the second episode. The music was just sensational. I sing, I write songs, I play guitar, and it was stunning. Beautifully done. Especially the scene where they are escaping, the Bad Batch are escaping, and they're on the pipeline. I would just call it like a pipeline. It looks like a pipeline to me, so we're going to go for a pipeline, right? And they're escaping, and with Anakin and everything, I thought that was just absolutely breathtaking visually. But the music there, so suspenseful and fantastic by Kevin Kinner. So I can't not mention Kevin Kinner, seriously. But that scene was probably my favourite scene in this whole entire episode. And of course we had Wrecker. His character is just so funny, and he's very funny in this episode, and a couple of jokes on the pipeline as well. When he was standing, I thought that was quite funny too as well. So I loved his character. I liked him as well in the second episode too, but I thought he was really funny in this one, especially with all the flinging and everything as well that he was doing. They're like, no, not again. That was so funny. But the droids and everything, are coming from both directions, every which way, left and right, when they're sort of standing on that pipeline kind of deal. And the droids are just coming at them, so many of them, and then they're like, oh, come here, so like, this is our escape, or jump to our escape, or whatever, and they jump down onto their escape, as they call it, onto the dragons, and it's so cool, and the clouds and everything, absolutely stunning. And just quickly, before I move on, I always go off on tangents in my videos. If you're new, sorry about that, guys. I'm a weirdo. But I absolutely love the tints and sort of tones or sort of colour variations that they use. I'm no cinematographer, guys, so I have no idea what I'm talking about right now. But what I'm saying is, I'm colourblind as well. Fun fact. But to me, there was so many beautiful, when I was watching this morning with a cup of coffee, so many beautiful, purpley tones. Now, they could have been pink, could have been purple, Could have been a variation of the two, but I'm colourblind, so don't judge me. But either way, who really cares? What I'm trying to say is I love the quality that they have, the Clone Wars, seriously. I have always loved the Clone Wars. I have seen every single episode, and I really do love this show, and I love the animation, but I really notice wee things like that, because like I love in movies in general where especially blue tints and stuff like that are used, and I just love looking out for wee tones and things like that in movies. So I just thought that I would like to say whatever tones or whatever that they're using across it is truly beautiful visually for me as a viewer to watch. And that scene on the pipeline when they jumped down onto them dragons and they were flying away and the droids and everything were coming after them, that was absolutely stunning. It was beautiful. And with the music and everything by Kevin Kinner in the background, it really added to it and really made it just absolutely phenomenal. And I really, really loved that whole scene. It was funny, and there, I can't remember exactly what it said, but it was something like, I didn't really expect that to happen or whatever, because these droids had wings. Oh, it's absolutely hilarious. And I love when Echo said to Anakin, I just thought I'd add a couple of funny bits in that, like, guys, when he said to Anakin, oh, still showing off, I see, or something like that there, and Anakin says, oh, you know me, Echo, you know me. And yeah, just there's quite a lot of humour in this. Like, Wrecker was really funny, as I say. And that's what I love about the Clone Wars. I'm pretty sure I definitely said this in my episode 2 review of season 7, that what I love about the Clone Wars is it's only like 22 minutes, 22 minutes per episode. And what I love is that they just fit in so much, like with action and humour and all sorts in this here. A lot of action going on in this episode, but they don't do it to the point where it feels like shoved in or crammed in and you're sort of going, too much, what are you doing to me? What I love about the Clone Wars is they know how to balance it, and they know how to balance it right. And it's great to also have a show with stunning music. I know I've already talked about Kevin Kinner, guys, but sorry, I can't help myself. It's great to have such a phenomenal show, but to have such a great music score over the top of it, because there'd be nothing worse, guys, wouldn't there, like, than to have this show be so fantastic and then to just have, like, terrible music just clunked over the top of it. And I've never had an issue with the music in the Clone Wars, to be perfectly honest, and as I said before, it's kind of like mustard to people. I know not everybody likes the animation, but I personally do like the animation. And just in case anybody's interested, I do like Rebels as well, but if I had to choose, it's going to be the Clone Wars. So hopefully you can maybe at least give me a thumbs up. No, I'm just joking, yeah. Hopefully you'll give my video a thumbs up. Anyways, I'm not trying to tell you to give me a thumbs up. I'm just going to stop talking now. So basically, right, start of this episode, of course it's quite quick. We have Tech and Rex, as I was saying, unplugging Echo. And then, of course, obviously, I've talked about the whole pipeline scene, and then they jump on the dragon and yada yada. And then they land down by the villagers. And then, of course, the separatists, they come along and they attack. And I absolutely thought it was just a fantastic, fantastic battle scene, especially when they were taking down the walkers. Like, oh, we got to take down these walkers. And honestly, the scene with Anakin on top of that, cliff, on the cliff with his lightsaber and everything, I thought that was fantastic. But honestly, taking down the walkers, I thought that was just probably, to be honest, that and them jumping onto the dragons and the whole that scene in the clouds and everything were my two all-time favourite parts of this whole entire episode. So the separatists, of course, then they were defeated, and they take themselves off, basically. Now, one thing that I really want to talk to that's very important, I think, is obviously Echo. And I don't know, is it just me, but I very much was getting vibes that the separatists definitely have something inside Echo. I honestly believe that there's something going on still. Like, I just felt when, at the very end, even his face sort of thing, before this episode ended, it just kind of seemed as though that way. So I think they have something inside him, the separatists. So I don't know. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see how this is going to continue, especially in the next episode, episode 4, for this final season. And I also think that he could possibly die. You know, we don't know. It's the Clone Wars, you know what I mean? So he could die, Echo could die, or there could be something else going on too, or I do genuinely believe that the Separatists do have something inside Echo. Even just I know it's obviously an animation, but just the look on his face, you know, it just seemed like there was something there, you know. But not only that, that's what I was saying in my last review as well, is although this is an animation, the way the voices and everything are done, and you know, the acting and everything, and just how they do this show so well visually, it seems so real. It honestly does seem so real. And I love how the Clone Wars took Anakin's character, like I said as well the last time, because although I've always loved Anakin and I love him in all the movies, the way they done his character throughout this whole entire series has been amazing. And of course, Anakin has been in these last 3 episodes a lot, which I have been loving. Because in case anybody's interested, before I head on here, guys, because I'm pretty sure it's everything. Yeah, it's everything I want to say. So yeah, it's definitely my favourite episode out of them all so far. I'll see how the rest go, and then I might switch and change that. But my favourite character, if anyone's interested in this series anyhow, not in Star Wars, because Han Solo's my favourite in general, overall, but if someone asked me who my favourite character was in this series, Star Wars Clone Wars, I would say Ahsoka. My second favourite would likely be Anakin, and possibly Obi-Wan for my third favourite from this series. So I have been loving this series. I was massively looking forward to it. I loved the trailer and everything. So I really did enjoy this. I honestly did. So I would say this episode, yeah, but an 8.5 or a 9 out of 10. That means I absolutely loved it, because, you know, for me a 10 out of 10 would have to be epic and flawless, and, you know, things like Lord of the Rings and stuff like that. You know, Lord of the Rings is 10 out of 10. Do you know what I mean? It would have to be flawless, absolutely flawless to a T. But it was absolutely fantastic. The music, the visuals, this episode was phenomenal. But as I say, where it kind of just smallly failed for me was I just didn't feel as connected to the characters as what I did in the last 2 episodes. And I'm not saying that that's the show's fault. I'm not saying that I'm complaining. I'm just saying that that's just me, and completely feel to just like write in the comments, Julie, what on earth are you talking about? You're completely wrong. Because at the end of the day, who's to say I'm right or wrong at the end of the day, or I disagree with you? I'm not saying you need to say I'm wrong, but you can say I disagree. At the end of the day, we all are allowed to have our different opinions, and my channel is 100% all for that, because I would love to hear all your thoughts and opinions. You know, I might be the only one actually thinking this, but you can let me know. Interestingly, does anybody else think the same? Does anybody else think that it just kind of felt a slight bit off, you know, with sort of the emotional sort of attachment with the characters? And I'm not saying that they shouldn't have kind of rushed it at the beginning of the episode, because they didn't, because obviously they had to, you know, escape. But it just kind of I don't know, I just felt that I needed to feel more emotion for Echo, especially between Echo and Rex. I wanted to feel more emotion, because like if you look back at the end of episode 2, you know, when he was frozen and everything and all plugs absolutely everywhere, you know, and then we go to this episode, it just kind of felt a bit like, do you know what I mean? I wanted to feel something way more, but that's not to say that it wasn't a great episode, you know. But yes, that is all I wanted to say, guys. Thank you so much for coming and watching, and I will see you all really soon for my next YouTube video. So until then, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to reading all your comments. Bye, guys. Hey everyone, I just wanted to really quickly say, because quite a lot of people don't actually know this, but I am not monetized on YouTube. I never have been. The past 2 years I've been on YouTube. Well, next month I'll have been on YouTube for 2 years. So I don't actually make any money whatsoever from the YouTube platform itself, and I never have done. I don't have a Patreon account or anything like that either. So after a long time of people asking me how they can donate, last year I actually opened up a PayPal account. So if you would like to give me a donation, whether it's $1, whether it's more than that, I don't expect anybody to donate at all. So don't be wasting too much of your money on me, seriously, guys. But for anybody who wants to donate, that is what the link is for. And the link will always usually be, most times anyway, on my pinned comment down in the comment section. At the very top of the comments, I always pin the comment of the link where you can click on and you can just simply go and donate to my PayPal account. Never expect it, guys, but I would certainly use any money that is donated for my Ireland locations and towards my YouTube channel. I always go out of my way to email every single person back without fail as soon as I see any donations that I do get. Thank you so much for everybody for coming and watching all my videos, for supporting me. It means more than anything, honestly. So thank you so much for everything that you all do. I really appreciate every single last one of you. So I will speak to you all soon, guys. But until then, take care. Bye, guys.